just when you think they're gone, they keep popping back up. We're gonna check out the new Toys R Us. They told us that it would be Forever 21, but now it's Toys R Us, so I guess it wasn't forever. This is one of the new pop-up stores in my local mall, so I figured I would pop in and check it out, see what it's all about, and I'll get back to you after we see some footage of the store. the Metal Force figures that never really get released. They don't have a lot of them, they just have Batman. Okay, cards on the table. I didn't love this location, but it is cool getting to see a Toys R Us again here in 2025, I guess. They keep dangling this Toys R Us carrot, and it never really equates to what nostalgic fans want it to be, but I think it's perfectly passable as a kid's toy store, which at its core is what it is. So that being said, like while it didn't totally hit me on the nostalgia level, I think it's fine for what it is. It is a mall toy store, which, you know, those have been gone since KB went out of business. And yeah, there were some Toys R Us Express stores or whatever they were called that were smaller, fitted to mall locations. But the best we've had have been Go Calendar and, you know, just like one-off little toy stores, which unfortunately in my area don't seem to last. My hope is that this one is successful. However, it's in a mall that's very expensive, so I don't know what that means for the future of this particular location. Like I said, it was a Forever 21 that was then turned into a Toys R Us. And Forever 21 was a big store, especially the one here. And I was wondering how they were going to utilize that space. And they did pretty well. I mean, there's certain areas that are roped off that you can't get to. So that limits some of the floor space. However, it still felt empty, right? Like there was one solitary row where there was only one Garfield plush on it. And I felt so bad for that Garfield plush because it deserves better. It's Garfield, darn it. And yeah, like, I don't know. It kind of felt like looking through a Big Lots almost. The toys are, I mean, there are branded toys. There's Mario, there's Batman, there's Sonic, there's Barbie, there's all of these, you know, big names in the toy industry, but the majority of it is sort of knockoff toys and educational toys and toys that didn't sell well in their first run. The thing that I thought was interesting is that the Spin Master Batman Metal Force figures never really got released outside of maybe Amazon, and they were here. So this almost feels like they're just dumping the toys that didn't sell elsewhere into this spot, which is a very Go Calendar toy store kind of move. Look, I enjoyed walking around. I thought that there was some cool stuff to see. I did pick up a couple of things. I got this nice Toys R Us bag. I've been doing this every year at Macy's, which, by the way, before I get to the toy hauls, I want to talk about the Macy's store. So it's smaller, right? Like it's a tiny portion of a Macy's, and I think that they do it better because they get newer toys, they get more branded merchandise, and it actually kind of feels a little bit Toys R Us-y, for lack of a better words. You've got the Jeffrey bench, you've got legit signage as opposed to just screen printed Toys R Us stuff. And granted, yeah, so the wallpaper was Jeffrey themed, and it felt nice inside of the new store. But something about those little Macy's locations, it just hits a little better for me than even this store did. But anyways, back to the hauls. I was able to pick up this year's Jeffrey plush, which I pick these up every year. I love that he's got his like shiny puffy coat and some earmuffs and some booties, which is quite possibly the funniest part. And he's labeled 2025. So he's gonna go with the others that I have at home. And then I've been picking up these Genesis cartridge playsets that are essentially Polly Pockets, but with Sega Genesis characters. They're called Console Heroes. I found all of them except for Altered Beast. I've looked at Walmart. I still haven't found a single one of these at Walmart. I've looked at Walmart, I've looked at Target, and this was the first place that I found Altered Beast. So by that logic, it was not a waste of time, and I was actually able to pick up a little something to remember this store. Now, I talked to the employee. He said it's been busy, so that's a good thing. I'm happy for them that it has been busy. He did say that if it's successful, that it could stick around after Christmas. So fingers crossed. I mean, you keep hearing news of Toys R Us opening more flagship stores, so the idea of keeping some of these mall locations around after Christmas isn't totally far-fetched. I just don't know what the success rate is going to be once people aren't shopping for Christmas toys, especially if they can't get newer merchandise in the doors. But at the end of the day, it's pretty cool to have a representation of Toys R Us still going, even though it's not my Toys R Us that I grew up with and love. It's still great that kids of this generation have something like that. So yeah, if you have one near you, I definitely recommend checking it out. Give them some business, give them some love. Maybe we can grow this into something beautiful. Kind of doubt it, but at the end of the day, I'm a skeptic because I've been let down by this Toys R Us comeback for so many times now. But yeah, that's going to wrap up this video. Thank you guys for coming along with me. Hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, I hope you have a great November. This should, if I plan my schedule correctly, this should release first week in November. And I've got a few videos I want to try to get out before Thanksgiving. And yeah. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to stay nostalgic. Later, guys.